We are going to be talking about a very interesting topic, which I'm sure we've all Googled. Let me speak for myself. I don't know about you, but best ways to earn an extra income in South Africa.
Well, for starters, you need to look at your interests, your personal skills, your expertise. Start from that. Like, what do you actually like and what are you good at? What are your strengths? And then you align whatever idea you have with that. So investing is another way of making a passive income, putting money aside, whether it's short term, medium term, or long term.
What are the things that people should consider before starting a side hustle?
Well, for starters, you need to look at...
Welcome to another episode of Frankly Speaking, where we tackle topics about investing and managing your money with a no jargon approach. My name is Annelisa Maswana, the Associate Product Manager at Frank, an app that makes investing simple and easy for everyone. Today, we're going to be tackling a very interesting topic with my guest here, Khomotso, the Marketing Manager at Frank, about the best ways to earn an extra income. If you want to learn more about what we do here at Frank, please check out the description box. And if you like what you see and hear, please leave us a like and a comment. And you can look out for the next videos of Frank by subscribing to our channel. Motso,
Yes.
thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I'm usually behind the camera.
I know, and that's why we have you sitting next to me today, because we can pick your brain for once.
Well, look, I'm glad to be here because I'm going to be talking about something I really know and have experience in. So thanks for having me, Annelisa.
We are going to be talking about a very interesting topic, which I'm sure we've all Googled. Let me speak for myself. I don't know about you, but best ways to earn an extra income in South Africa.
Yeah.
I've done my fair share of research about the best ways, but we're here to pick your brain about it because you have some actual experience in running your side hustle. So maybe give our viewers and maybe me, because I don't think you've actually gone into detail about your side hustle, your journey, what you got into, your business.
Yeah.
And some background about how you chose that business.
Okay, cool. So I have a sustainable fashion brand called Motso.
Fancy.
Yes. When I started the business, I obviously looked at what I was interested in, things that I'm passionate about, and fashion was the first thing that came to mind. I mean, as you can see.
I can see.
Yeah, so how Motso actually came about, the name is derived from my name, which is Khomotso, and it basically means comfort in Sesotho. So I was like, okay, cool. At least I've got that down. Let me start my own loungewear, cute brand. And I thought, okay, what could I potentially do to make this brand interesting? Because the market is already so saturated. People have their own t-shirt brands. There's so many brands in SA, right? Which is great, by the way. But I wanted to stand out. So the first thing I thought about was, okay, what's actually missing here? I looked at it from a sustainability point because it's another interest of mine, or passion rather. I'm very passionate about sustainability, people, the planet, and purpose. So I wanted to position myself within those values. And I came up with a brand. And the 3 key points about it is being sustainable, being body inclusive, and gender neutral. So with inclusivity, something that I noticed with a lot of sustainable brands in our country is that there's this huge issue with sizes. And I understand it because fabric is very expensive, right? So I thought, okay, I want to have a brand that is body inclusive, starting from extra, extra small to 6XL to accommodate a lot of people.
I love that.
Yeah. So
I love that.
Thank you. So I wanted to be inclusive and having it as a gender neutral brand. Like anyone can wear it. I mean, if you're wearing your sweats and stuff, why should that be?
Yeah, you shouldn't. Everyone can wear sweats.
Exactly. So that was the whole idea behind Motso.
I love that. And I think you touched on this. What well, I think you mentioned your own. You said you passionate about fashion,
Yes.
sustainability, and that's
Yes.
hence why your business is structured around that.
Hmm.
What are the things that people should consider before starting a side hustle? What should you like kind of sort of sit back and look at before you decide on an idea? Or if you're kind of struggling with a lot of ideas and you don't know what to get into, what would you advise?
Well, for starters, you need to look at your interests, right? Your personal skills, your expertise. Start from that. Like, what do you actually like, and what are you good at? What are your strengths? And then you align whatever idea you have with that. So you need to make sure you do your research. You understand the market, you understand your consumer, you understand the trends, all of that. You're going to spend a lot of time doing your research, especially when you have to come up with the product or the service. And also, you need to look at how much money you're going to need to start this thing. You look at that, how much capital do you need to get started? So there are cost-effective strategies that you could look at. Like, for instance, what I love is social media. Social media, you can literally play around with it. The world is your oyster. You can reach as many people as you like. You can use it as a mini website if you like. It's just a really great way of starting off. And then lastly, you can also look into where do you want to start this thing. Some people start from home, whether they make baked goods or they're selling some of their items. That's all cool and all. But also you could look at the online platforms that you sell from, like selling stuff online. I think that's your best bet because again, you can reach a wide range of people. Yeah. So those are some of the factors you could consider.
And you touched on like social media, selling stuff, like your
Yes.
items online.
Yeah.
Are there any other low effort sort of side hustles that if you do not have the time to sort of put your whole life into that, side business that you're starting, let's say you work a 9 to 5 and you sort of have
Yes.
to split your hours and you just don't have the time. Are there any low effort side hustles that people could look into?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for starters, with starting a business, if you are looking at selling physical products, you could go to Alibaba or AliExpress and basically go into drop shipping, which is my favorite thing because literally they take care of all the production, the process. You just deal with the delivery. But again, it's going to need you to do a lot of research where you look at how the products are made. Some people prefer going the sustainable route, like myself, and that is quite time consuming because people slap on tags and say things are sustainable when they're not. So yeah, you need to spend a lot of time looking into that. And then another way of doing it in terms of starting a business is if you want to sell a service to people or perhaps go into consulting. In my case, since I am into marketing and it is what I studied, another business that I had started a while back.
Started a few.
Yeah, I started a lot of businesses. What can I say? I have an entrepreneurial spirit.
Which I love because I wish I could get over the hurdle of eventually starting. I'll have an idea.
Yes.
And then I'll be like, okay, so now what? And you think about all the effort that goes into play.
Yes.
So I love the low effort stuff that you mentioned.
Yes. So with the service, right? In my case, I was offering social media management for people, and you could make up to 10,000 Rand with one brand. You're literally just doing creatives for them, writing copy. You can use Canva, you can use ChatGPT. You have all of these great systems that have templates already. You don't have to be sweating. And then you're obviously then able to work on more than one brand. So those are things that you can actually consider. Another great one is investing. We obviously need to talk about that.
We should be all doing it.
Exactly.
To begin with.
Exactly. So investing is another way of making a passive income, which is really great. Like you're putting money aside, whether it's short term, medium term, or long term.
I love that. You're putting money aside and you're making it work for you, whether it's earning interest, dividends, or some capital gains.
Yes.
You put it away and you know that it is working for you and you don't need to do much.
Yeah.
And we should just all be investing just as
in general.
Yeah. The money that you get from your side hustle, you can also make it work for you.
Yes, 100%. And another one, which is quite popular, is when you perhaps want to declutter your space. So selling some of your pre-loved items, it could be furniture, it could be clothing. With clothing, there's a brilliant site called Yaga. I'm sure you know it. Yeah.
I should tell you my very sad Yaga story.
Please, you want to hear it?
Not okay, I'll tell you. Is it a safe space for me to tell the story?
It's a safe space.
So what had happened was I am decluttering my wardrobe. So there's items that I've worn like on vacation once that I'm like, I'm never gonna wear this dress again. And like it's been sitting in my wardrobe for like ages. So I took all those items and put them in my Yaga store. I opened one recently in my Yaga store. And then I got my first buyer. And I immediately got so attached to that item when I saw that they're buying that specific item, and then I removed it. I was like, so sorry, it's sold already.
So you're a hoarder.
Wow,
Annalisa.
it was so bad, but eventually I got over it and I was like, you're never going to wear these things again, so why not just, sell them? I'm just going to be buying items and just like leaving them in my wardrobe. And I also don't have space.
Yes.
So
you needed to declutter. So yeah, it's another brilliant way of making some cash. And another one is affiliate marketing. So this one has been popular for quite some time. And basically what it means is, I'm sure you've seen with influencers and content creators, when they share a referral code, they earn a commission from that. So all they do is share a link to a product or a platform, and they earn a commission based on that. So it's another way of making money. I mean, it's simple, right? You don't
also
have to do
on
much.
that,
Yeah.
How do you get like a code from a brand or a company? Do you need to build a relationship with them? Do you request a code? Do you have any tips on how to go about affiliate marketing?
Yeah, so that would be handled by a marketing manager. A marketing manager or an influencer marketing manager. And yeah, it's just a simple process where they do some stuff on their end. They create a code for you that you just share. So for instance, it would be Annalisa 10 if someone's getting a 10% discount on something, that sort of thing.
Also, it would take you just reaching out to the brand and being like...
Or they reach out to you and give you the code. Yeah. Nice. Which is much better, I rate, because you'd even get paid just for that campaign, and then on top of that you'd earn commission over a set period of time.
Nice. Didn't know about that.
Now you know.
Now I know. And now you know too.
Yes.
Okay, we touched on a lot of things, but you mentioned a few platforms, and like judging from everything you mentioned, technology plays a very important role when it comes to building a side hustle. I think every sort of side hustle you've mentioned has some form of having to have a platform online, or rather selling your products online.
Yeah.
Do you have any platforms or tools that you would recommend? I know you recommended ChatGPT, Alibaba. Are there any other tools that you would recommend for people looking to start a side hustle?
I mean, it differs, right, on the industry that you're in. I'm only talking about something that I know, like marketing, fashion products, that sort of thing. So technology basically allows you to make the world your oyster. I always say this to people, that you can literally do anything with it and you can start from zero. So you have different online platforms such as, your marketplaces. You have Takealot if you want to sell stuff. You have Facebook Marketplace as well. And in terms of digital marketing tools, you can literally create your branding with Canva, which has free templates as well. you could write copy, or if you're into freelance writing and you need a bit of assistance, you can use ChatGPT, my fave. Yeah, you can use ChatGPT, and with other automated tools that could really assist you if you are looking at having a website for your business, right? Would be Shopify and Squarespace, another favorite of mine. Those are websites with built-in automated systems which which help you run your business seamlessly. So those are just some of them. Yeah.
And I like Canva, you can literally design your own logo. Like you don't need to reach out to someone to like, hey, please. That's where I stopped with my idea. I went on Canva.
The logo.
And
I'm so disappointed.
I have a logo. That's how far I've gotten. Cool. And then lastly, what would you say are the challenges? Maybe you can touch on one or two that you faced, or like in general challenges in the side hustle space that people need to look out for, like any risks that are involved.
Yes.
Before we wrap it up.
Yeah, sure. So things that you need to take into account would definitely be the economy, for starters. So economic fluctuations, inflation, the differences in the exchange rate, especially if you're getting products into the country. So yeah, you literally have to take that into account, and also understanding the industry, right? In my case, I had an issue with the supply chain, something I could have never imagined. With COVID happening, obviously everything was closed down. So that affected me a lot. I couldn't get any fabric into SA anymore, which is why I came up with a plan B, taking matters into my own hands.
I love that. Like, you just need to be able to like sort of rejig your whole
business model.
Rejig, but like make a plan. You just have to be fluid, I guess.
100%. Like you have to be, adaptability. You have to be flexible in your approach, because anything can happen. You constantly need to be thinking and coming up with solutions. But I guess it's part of the journey. It also makes it a bit fun. Well, I find it fun and challenging. So just back to the supply chain issue, I think I was quite ambitious with how I wanted to solve this issue, because in my head I was like, okay, we've got my father's homestead in Matatiele, so we could actually just plant some hemp there. But I mean, you can't just plant hemp, right? We have regulations for that. So that's another thing you need to consider, the regulations and laws for that. So in that instance, I do need a license, which is 25,000 rands. Do I look like I've got 25,000?
You do.
Thanks, Annalisa. Yeah, you need like 25 grand to get started. And those are just things you need to encounter, or perhaps look out for rather, when you are doing your research.
No, okay, got you.
Yeah, so please, the legal side of things, don't leave it at the last minute. 2 top things when it comes to starting a business: the accounting, the finances, and the legal side. You need to sort that out.
First things first. Noted.
First and foremost, yes.
Got you. Thank you for joining us today. And thank you to everyone who sat through the whole episode and listened to this story and like listen to how you can start a side hustle. If you have any comments or any questions, please drop them in the comment box below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to watch the next episode of Frankly Speaking.